Hello friends and welcome to day 12 of Lala Miss. Can you sing a little fa la la intro so I can...
Fa la 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 la.
Exactly. Somebody asked in the comments if you could recreate that from apparently you did that years ago. Thank you for being here. Do you want to guess some things?
Sure.
This is our third and final guessing your favorite book of the year based on your 2 through 10. If you're a channel member, you've submitted to this spreadsheet. I'm gonna go in the spreadsheet right now. I'm very much in the moment. It is Sunday.
Wait.
What?
People subscribe to you to look at a spreadsheet?
No.
That is very Kayla.
It is December 5th. And if I look a little wackadoodle, it's because I was up at the ski hill. I didn't go to bed till 2 a.m. and then I woke up at 6. Did I say December? Yeah. I woke up at 6 to go to the ski hill and I'm time traveling. Anyway, I wanted to see the very last person who added to the spreadsheet. My channel besties put their stuff into the spreadsheet. They don't care about what's on it necessarily. They are submitting to it and then I am guessing their favorites.
Oh, okay.
And if you are wishing this content would continue or you haven't gotten a chance to join and add to the spreadsheet, don't worry. I'm gonna send out another one in February of your all-time 10 favorite books, and I'm gonna start a new guessing series in March. Okay, these are Shannon's favorite books. We've got The Raven Boys, I Was a Teenage Slasher, Pure and Essie, Fantastic Land, Vera Wong, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, The Deep Sky, The Book of Doors, The Honeys. How many of these do you recognize, first of all?
I know the first two you really like.
Okay. I've read all of these.
I just assume you read every book I see, so that doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so we have to guess Shannon's favorite book.
Okay.
Of the year, based on her other ones.
What's her other one? Oh, these are the other ones. Oh, I see. Number 1 is Empty. Oh, okay. Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is like horror, there's mystery, there's fantasy, there's science fiction. It's like everywhere. A lot of these deal with time travel. Not a lot, a couple. Wrong Place, Wrong Time and The Book of Doors are kind of like entering like strange places. Pure and Essie is like a strange labyrinth.
Okay.
Do you know any other time books?
Nope. Timekeeper's Wife?
The Time Traveler's Wife?
That one, yeah.
You're so smart. Also, The Raven Boys has a little bit of time travel. I'm going to go with The Haunting of Velkwood because I'm not going to fuck it up. Because last time there was a bunch of time stuff and I didn't guess that. Maybe The Husband by Holly Gramazio because she gets into some relationships, but it's not romance. Okay, are you ready to see what her favorite is?
Yeah.
Every Hearted Doorway by Seanan McGuire. That makes sense because it's like going through doors.
That means nothing to me.
There's literally doors here in labyrinths.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? That means nothing to you. Every Heart a Doorway? The Wayward Children series. Stop. Seanan McGuire, the novella series that I read every single January. Also, what I was gonna do for this video is I wanna get 3 points or get to 15 people, whichever happens first. Let's do, well, do you recognize anything on here?
No. I go back. I mean, that's probably the best one.
Okay, this is Jordan.
And it's of the year, so it's not books of this year. It's anything they read. That's crazy. Can you choose one book that's ever existed?
I've gotten this right a couple times.
It's crazy. You know too many books.
Okay, so there's Catching Fire and Mockingjay.
Okay. So you think it's Hunger Games?
Hunger Games!
Hunger Games or Maze Runner?
I feel like this is a gimme. Also, though, I will let you know that All In and Killer Instinct are both books from the same series, and the number 1 is also not here. So I think Jordan's playing a little game with us. Is it going to be the Hunger Games?
Yeah, but you would think you'd go with the higher one. Like, if your sequels are higher, you would assume, like, if 5, 6's first book would be number 2, and then 3, 4 would be number 1, right?
Right, but the first book of both series is missing.
Those two look like the same as well. 7 and 8.
Oh, maybe they are. They're from the same author.
Yeah. Same font, same color scheme.
I haven't heard of half of this.
Oh, so is that top one, 2.
Oh, okay, so are we guessing another Cynthia Murphy or Hunger Games? I would say the Hunger Games as my first guess.
And just to be spicy, I'll go another one of those 4, since apparently that author is...
Okay, Jordan, let's find out. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. Jordan did this on purpose to us. Jordan's wild. Jordan read 38 books this year, and that's our Instagram if you want to check it out.
That's so difficult.
Okay, Rob's gone. He's off to the gym. Don't look at all the books that I'm getting rid of. I just finished doing my everything I read this year video, and now everything is on the floor that I would like to get rid of, and I will. I'll do it. As much as Rob would be good here for comedic entertainment, I need to focus and I need to get these right, because I just remembered this is also a premiere, so you're playing along and you're locked in, and let's go. I want to say Cristal. I follow Bookish Broccoli. I know who this is. She hasn't posted her favorites or anything on Instagram, but I've never heard her pronounce her own name in any of her content. So I'm going to say Cristal. Now here we have Margot's Got Money Trouble, 7 Days in June, The God of the Woods, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, The Haunting of Velkwood, The Horror, James Phantasma, Not in Love. I automatically, if I see someone who has Ali Hazelwood and Romantasy, I'm going to pick the Ali Hazelwood Romantasy. Like, if Bride is not here, I will eat my shorts. But there also is just like a lot of horror, and horror, well, two horror that I love, a literary mystery that I love, a historical that I love. Emily Wilde is one of my favorites. Yeah, we've got a historical. I should focus on the historical nature of this. I need to pull back up that Goodreads list of the things that people were reading for their reading challenge. It could be The Only One Left by Riley Sager. That has a little bit of history. I kind of want to say Veronica Speedwell, like that's something that could appeal to this reader. Since there's a couple popular romances, maybe a Kennedy Ryan could be on here. That wouldn't be crazy. But then it is horror that I've loved, so I have to pull up my own favorites because my mind is just elsewhere today. Oh, We Used to Live Here. That's like everybody's favorite horror book of the year. I'm going with Bride, Veronica, and We Used to Live Here. This could be like a crazy guess, but The Song of Achilles. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that, I don't think, with all the time in the world. It makes sense, especially if you're reading popular, like well-loved fiction. I just don't see anything else here that really gives me those vibes, but it does fit. Like it fits with, it's romantic, but it's not like romance. I feel like it fits with this reader for sure, and it'll look good with the yellow background that I've made. She has read 50 books this year, and these were the favorites. Next up, we've got Madeline, or Madeline, and we have, oh, Kennedy Ryan, and Margot's Got Money Trouble, a repeat. So there is romance here for sure, but it's at the bottom of the list. So would somebody have their number one as a favorite romance, and then they put a bunch of other stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, these other romances? Or would it be more general fiction? The first thing that came to mind is Book of Doors. Why? Because there's like time stuff, different lives with the husbands. It's like kind of just contemporary. And I feel like if you mix the covers of The Wedding People and Blood Over Bright Haven, I know I've seen that cover, but I have no idea what that book is. You'd get the Book of Doors. And it's not like a romance, but there are, I don't know, relationship dynamics in it to explore. That's my first instinct. And has that served me well in the past? I'm not sure. I do think these are all, maybe with one exception, brand new releases, like 2024 stuff. So one of my other first instincts was there's a cover like Ready or Not. I can't remember what it's called, but people said that people who love Gilmore Girls should love it. So I'll just pop it up, and me and editing will figure out what I meant by this. There are 2 books here with husband in the title. So perhaps Madeline was on a journey and also read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe it's Blue Sisters. Actually, I saw Blue Sisters on a lot of people's lists as I was scrolling through the spreadsheet. Maybe The Tainted Cup. The Tainted Cup is kind of giving the same vibes as the cover of Blood Over Bright Haven. Those are my guesses. I'm now giving 5 guesses, and okay, I'm now giving, here's the new rules. If anything that I say is it, I get half a point. If it's my 3 that I commit to, then I get a full point if it's any of those. New rules in the final episode. But I can't say more than like 10 titles, okay? That's the new rule. Madeline, please, Madeline. The Book of Doors! No fucking way. Oh my God. Oh wait, I even put that in the first spot. So if you're thinking to yourself, this new point system is stupid, I would have gotten a point anyway because I put it in the first position. Madeline read 168 books in 2024. Wow. Next up we have Hannah. Hannah. We have Knock Knock Open Wide, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Agree. 5 stars to both of those. Also 5 stars to Nothing to See Here, Brett and Leach, and Emily Wilde. It's just a list of my favorite things. Plus Strong Female Character, which was a 4. I am thrown off a little bit by Writers and Lovers by Lily King, but I'll take it. And I've never heard of Green Frog, but I do like the cover. So this is strange. Yeah, this is strange. Okay, Hannah is into just weird stuff. Weird Girls Unite. The thing that first comes to mind here is Monstrilio. I feel like if you liked Brat and Leech, Monstrilio, like that's a real vibe. There's definitely a good amount of queer stuff here, so that would make sense with Monstrilio. And I have no other ideas. Monstrilio is my guess. This is gonna make up for the last one, because the last one I gave 10 ideas. If you didn't like that, now I'm just giving 1. No, just kidding. I'll come up with something else. Maybe Hannah read Leech because of me. So what else would I recommend? What else have I recommended while talking about these? Because Nothing to See Here was also in my favorites list last year. What else was in my favorites list last year? Natural Beauty. There is nonfiction here. So some of my favorite nonfiction, A Little Devil in America or A Mind Spread Out on the Ground. I don't see any mystery here. Or I would say everyone in my family has killed someone. I'm looking at my own Instagram to get ideas. And then of course, if you're reading my favorite horror from this year, it could be I Was a Teenage Slasher. It could be horror movie. It could be The Horror. It could be We Used to Live Here. I'm gonna say We Used to Live Here. What else? I don't need another one. I think it's Monstrilio. Oh my God, it's Monstrilio. What is happening? Wait, this video is gonna end so fast. This is crazy because when I was curating these lists, obviously like it's mostly random, and then I curate from like the random selection that I pull via a number generator. And there was 2 that I pulled specifically because I was like, oh, these will be easy ones. And if I don't have a point, then like I'll put those at the end. And one of them I already did, and that was Hunger Games. Like I thought for sure it was gonna be Hunger Games. So I already lost my point there, but I now have 2 points. Rob's gonna be so proud. He's not gonna care. Hannah has read 62 books this year, and there's a photo. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a different covers. Green Frog, very interesting cover of that. Strong Female Character is a totally different color. Huh, can't believe I got another one right. I'm a genius. Next is Alicia. Alicia is more horror. Looking Glass Sound, which I have not read. The Hollow Places, The Reformatory, The Cabin at the End of the World. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. My mouth stopped functioning. Rouge, which I didn't love, but that's fine. I Was a Teenage Slasher. We're enunciating. Love that. Love horror movie. And then we have Romantasy, I'm assuming. Spark of the Everflame. I feel like I vaguely heard of that. And Quicksilver. I liked Quicksilver. So if we're just talking about things that I like, I always just think of things that I like. Maybe you liked Throne of Secrets. Maybe you read that for our Smut of the Month club. You could have, like, it's, oh my God, why is this so hard? Like, it could be anything. After 3 videos, I'm just realizing it could be anything, you guys. Did you know? It could be another Stephen Graham Jones. It could be another T. Kingfisher. It could be another Paul Tremblay. Oh, there's 2 Paul Tremblays. Right, okay. Is it the Paul Bearers Club, Alicia? I don't think it is. I think these ones are more acceptable to the typical reader. But maybe if you love Stephen Graham Jones, you could also like all of Paul Tremblay, including the things that aren't as commercially acceptable. Okay, Paul Bearers Club. Or, what's that other one? Head Full of Ghosts. That one's probably, yeah, that one's more likely because Cabin at the End of the World is an older one. So maybe you went backlist. It could also be like Bunny. If you loved Rouge, maybe you read Bunny for the first time. Paul Tremblay, just in general. If it's a Paul Tremblay, I get a point. No. Head Full of Ghosts, Throne of No. Paul Bearers Club, Head Full of Ghosts, Bunny. Alicia. Strange the Dreamer. Never would I have ever. No. Based on this, would I have gotten there? Okay. Alicia read 395 books this year. Alicia runs and reads. I bet Alicia is really into audiobooks, and she runs marathons, and she listens to so many audiobooks while she's running. I have no way to fact check it, but I think I'm right. I don't know enough about it to know what it has in common with Spark of the Everflame or Quicksilver, but I'm happy for you. Danny. Danny, we're out of my element. I haven't read any of these. I think I DNF'd one of them. We have romance. Oh, we have wolves. Wait, okay. We have Cold Hearted and Brother Song. Those are wolf romances. And we have an Allie Hazelwood, Bride. If it's not Bride, I'll eat my shorts. We do have queer romance on here. We have like a romance retelling. We also, oh, that's it. That's a bull. That's a bull on Ruby Dixon. Okay, we're doing monster romance. Maybe it's not Bride. Like maybe you read Bride, but you didn't love it. So what's another? Brother Song, Wolf Song. Like maybe, I don't know what book in the series Brother Song is, but your favorite could be Twilight. Danny was reading all of these wolfy things to try to like find the passion again that they had as a teenager reading Twilight, and they never found it, so they reread Twilight. We also have Swim Team. So I feel like if Danny got an early copy of Deep End, then it's gonna be Deep End. What's another monster romance? Oh, I don't know any. I'm just getting a handle on demon romance. Like, give me a second to get into monster romance. Danny, what is the answer? Funny Story by Emily Henry. I suppose with the popular romance being here, I should have picked the most popular romance of the year. Okay, back to being humbled. Danny has read 80 books so far this year, and they have an Instagram, maybe about their writing journey. Okay, let's move on to Alex. Alex is this is a little more comfortable for me. We have more wolves. Once There Were Wolves. Loved that. Magnolia Parks, loved that. The Godly Woods, loved that. Small Things Like These I liked. I liked Mr. Mercedes enough. Loved I Who Have Never Known Men, and We Used to Live Here. I haven't read The Chestnut Man or I Hope This Finds You Well, but I think it looks beautiful altogether. So we're into small towns, small communities, tight-knit communities, insular situations, a limited cast. Nature. Yeah, nature, outdoor stuff. And also like sentimental things. There's a lot of relationships, like very tender things happening in here. I kind of just want to say Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey, but I don't know if that is right. Obviously, I don't know if anything is right. We do have mystery. Wow, this is just all over the place. Mystery, romance, general fiction, thriller, and quite a few set across the pond, if you will. For some reason, I want to say Night Guest. I kind of want to say the Blue Book of Nebo. That doesn't really fit with like one particular thing here, but there is like a kind of vibe, like apocalyptic, and the fact that so many of my favorites are here, like that would just check out. These aren't necessarily all new titles. They're not all old. It's like a mix. You have a mix of genres, a mix of release date. I kind of want to say A Man Called Uwe, or just like something by Fredrik Backman. It's from Sweden, right? So that might fit well. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with those three because I'm just so very curious. Imagine I got one right. A Step Past Darkness by Vera Kurian. Okay, well, it fits, I think. Actually, no, I'm not questioning your taste. I don't know if that fits. I don't know if that's something that like if I got all of Alex's top 10, I wouldn't have put that one in the first position. I wonder if this is in order because that one, no, because when you factor in Magnolia Parks, I need to remember Magnolia Parks, like it is like a little over the top and wild of a plot. A lot of things here are like more tender, but there are some more like salacious stories. So this one is more of just like a wild, twisty thriller. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Alex has read 92 books in 2024. And we're moving on to Brianna. We've got more mysteries to focus on. Okay, this one, Vera Wong, Everyone in My Family's Killed Someone, Every Time I Go on Vacation Someone Dies, and Finley Donovan. Those are like my holy, what's the word if it's not a trinity? It's a quadrinity. My holy quaternity of fun. I don't want to call them cozy mysteries, but like fun mysteries. That's them. I recommend all four of those things with each other. Also, A Curious Beginning. does have a mystery that I really like. The Book of the Most Precious Substance and Natural Beauty are both like kind of weird sexual or like body horrors that I love. And then we have Missile Foe. I'm not sure what that is. And the Rachel Incident, which I've seen on a lot of people's lists. Not totally sure what that one is either. I think it's general fiction, or is it a mystery? I just want to know what Brianna's number one is, and I want it to be another mystery that I haven't read, because it could be my favorite mystery of all time. I'm gonna go with something that I feel like gets recommended in tandem with some of these, which is Richard Osmond. Maybe, is it Osmond or Osmond? Whichever one it is, that guy. I also think How to Solve Your Own Murder. I've seen that one mentioned a good amount of times. What's the one with the people peeking through the mail slot? Nosy Neighbors. That one I've also seen pop up as like a fun mystery. Or, oh, wait, I got it. Okay, my number one guess is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, because Missile Foe sounds Christmassy and there's mysteries. Mystery, Christmas. Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh my God. The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. What? Okay. I mean, it fits with the color scheme that I made. It doesn't really fit with the other books, like, at all. But however, I loved it, and I loved everything else here pretty much. So it does make sense, but I never would have guessed that. No, none of you guessed that. Brianna read 101 books. Were you trying to hit 100 and then you were like, oh, I guess I have an extra day in the year, so I'm gonna hit 101? Or was 101 your goal? Or do you not care? I don't have a point. Okay, Eden. Oh, this is the one that I was gonna save for the end because I feel like it's a gimme. So I'm actually gonna save that one just in case I don't get to 3 points. But I will share the answer at the end if you wanna go ahead and guess what you think it could possibly be. We'll come back to it, we'll come back to it. We've already done 9 out of the 15. So we will come back to Eden and go with Melissa. Melissa, this feels kind of familiar, but super unfamiliar at the same time. Servant of Earth, I've never heard of, and I think the cover is so beautiful. A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. The Love of My Afterlife. Wait, I want to guess the 7-Year Slip already again, because Love of My Afterlife is like a time travel thing. And How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying, one of my favorites of the year, is also time travel. Natural Beauty, again, by Ling Huang. The I can't read it, it's so small. Orientologist's Field Guide to Love. I've never heard of that. Throne of the Fallen, a girl after my own heart. How to Summon a Fairy Godmother. I want to read that. I think the cover's so fun. And The 13th Child, which I have not read. The first thing coming to mind is Emily Wilde, because there's fairy stuff here. And there's 2 other titles, or 3 other titles that are like instructional. 4 different titles that are instructional. How to Become the Dark Lord, A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire, The Field Guide for Love, How to Summon a Fairy, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Like this, that just sounds correct. Do I have any other thoughts? Other fairy things, I mean, it could be Quicksilver. Throne of the Fallen is here. It could be the Spell Shop. Yeah. Cozier fantasy. Yep, Spell Shop is one of my guesses. I know about this book called How to Spell Treason Without Tea. That one just popped in my head for some reason, but I don't remember if it's about fairies or what that one is. It could also be a Sarah J. Maas, because that has a lot of fairies, I think. Or I'm stupid. Okay, 7-Year Slip. No, Emily Wilde first. 7-Year Slip. Or no, let me take that back. Spell Shop. Yeah. Or could be The Honey Witch. If we're talking cozier fantasy. Some of these feel cozy fantasy, but they're not actually. I'm just like, I'm connecting the wrong dots. Some of these are like quite vulgar and sexual and, oh God, I don't know. I don't know. The Spell Shop. Oh my God, I just got a point. What? By Sarah Beth Durst. Wait, that's amazing. I win! Okay, 132 books. Why am I writing that down? Melissa read 132 books. Great job, Melissa. Fantastic, that was fun. Okay, bye. Just kidding. I'm obviously gonna finish the list. I still have people sitting here in front of me. Roisin is next. Roy's and I picked because, well, randomly, but then I was like, I don't recognize any of these titles. Let's go for it. We have My Friend, Hisham Matar, Mongrel, Long Island, Only Here, Only Now, Blessings, Hangman, Fervor, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, and The Wren. Oh, I do recognize Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. What I do feel about most of these is they are award-winning things and they're from all over the world. Like when I say I haven't heard of, like, I mean, I wouldn't recognize the title if someone said the title to me. I have never seen a review for any of these, but I recognize some of these covers as being in award lists. I'm not sure which ones, like the Booker Prize or the Women's Prize. Probably, maybe both for in some of these cases. So I'm just gonna pick something that is like an award-winning thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at my shelves as if I have anything award-winning. Actually, Glory by Violet Bulawayo won or was nominated for both of those prizes, I think. Let me look up a list of award-winning things. Oh, actually, Brotherless Night was one that was mentioned in the last video, and when I said I didn't know what it was, a bunch of people commented and said that it was an award-winning thing. Oh, also somebody in the last video or the one before did that one, River West, something like that, and that also I found out was an award winner when I posted that. So those are going to be my 3 guesses. Because if I just start looking up awards, I'm going to find out which ones these won, and then that'll help me more so on the journey of finding out what they might have read. If it's one of the ones I just said and I get a random crazy another point, I'm gonna play the lottery tonight. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. You know, that should have been a guess. And if I had any brains in here, if I wasn't just immediately thinking of award-winning things and just thinking about general fiction, because most of these are probably general fiction, I probably would have gone to Intermezzo, and I bet some of you did. I'm just making a big X for myself. You should see the paper. Like, the way that I'm tracking what I'm doing over here is unhinged. This is not going to be helpful to me later. Let's move on to Effie. Okay, Effie, I don't know anything. Never heard of a thing. We've got Set the Record Straight, Sargassa, Lightfall, Keep It in the Dark, Corporate Mandated Holiday Romance, Only a Monster, For Real, Lore and Lust, and Long Live Evil. So, more monster romance, queer, lots of queer stuff here, and 2 holiday romances. So I just need to think of another holiday, a queer holiday romance. That's all it takes. Have I read any? Oh yeah, Kiss Her Once for Me. I don't know if these are new releases or old releases, but that one came out a couple years ago now, and it's one of the only holiday books that I've given like a 4-star to. So that one. And then there's a new Ashley Herring Blake, Tis the Season or something like that. Those ones are like nice romances. I think some of these are like intense or like erotic romances. I just like, that's kind of a vibe that I get. I mean, you're calling a book Lore and Lust. What could be going on in there? I wonder if there's a holiday monster romance that I could think. Mistletoe. Mistletoe was in someone else's. I'm going to say Mistletoe. That one's not queer, but okay. It didn't look, I don't know. Effie, what's the answer? Shoestring Theory by Mariana Costa. What is that? Oh, that's a cute cover. There's a cat on it. 332 ratings. Your favorite book of the year? Only 332 people read. It says time travel. Time travel romantasy for fans of Legends and Lattes. Wait, I should have guessed Legends and Lattes. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna have to look that one up again later. Effie has read 214 books this year. Wow, Effie. Oh, Effie is also on YouTube. So, thank you for sharing your handle. Next up, we have Mary. Mary has some things that are familiar to me. Besides Greta and Belden, which I gave 4 stars and liked, there's a lot, I think it's all science fiction. I've never heard of Compass Rose. I don't know what Just Out of Jupiter's Reach is, or Hearing Red, but I have read a Binti book I've read Becky Chambers before. How High We Go in the Dark and I Who Have Never Known Men are some of my favorites. And then we have a Martha Wells with All Systems Red, which I didn't love, but I get the appeal. So I just need to pick a science fiction. I don't know enough about the Binti series to remember like what the other ones are or what this one is. I kind of want to say another Martha Wells or another Becky Chambers, just because I feel like if you love their stuff, and it's usually pretty short, you've probably read a lot of things. But I also like really just want to look up Compass Rose and find out if that's part of a series, because then I would guess that. Because I loved How High We Go in the Dark and I Who Have Never Known Men, I would probably recommend Emily St. John Mandel to that reader. So I'm just gonna throw Sea of Tranquility in there because I recommend it in tandem with How High We Go in the Dark. Oh, what's the popular one from this year? A Psalm of the Well-Built or Wild-Built? Why did I think that was a 2024 release? What the heck? That's from 2021. Okay, never mind. Oh, actually no, because this list isn't new releases anyway. Okay, I'm gonna put that one in there. Orbital is something that I don't know anything about, but I've seen it in so many people's favorites. I've been watching people's YouTube this week, and that has been included a lot. Let me bump off the Psalm of the Well-Built, I already forgot what it was called, and put Nnedi Okorafor. Okay, Mary, don't let me down. Up a Psalm for the Wild-Built, Becky Chambers. Yeah, if I hadn't said out loud I'm kicking this off, I would have gotten a whole point, but I got half a point. Mary has read 60 books this year. Shout out to Mary. Glad your science fiction is going well. Then, second last, we have Moira, because we still need to return to Eden. That better be an easy one, Eden. Moira has the spell shop, which we talked about, and some other chaos. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. The House Where Death Lives. Drinks and Sinkholes. What are you talking about? Diavola, Someone You Can Build a Nest In, The Woods All Black, and Four Found Dead. So mostly what I'm seeing here is, well, it's all like fantasy, but there is a horror, and I think it's a YA thriller, that last one. The Woods All Black is what I thought was going to be like cozy forest stuff, but it was actually like a little more explicit than I was expecting. I don't know. Drinks and Sinkholes, for some reason, also gives me the vibes that like you go into it thinking it's going to be cozy, and then it's like a lot. I don't know why. Also, my battery's going to die. One sec. The first thing that comes to mind here for me is T. Kingfisher, because that has the mix of fantasy and horror. Also, I just ordered this book called The Butcher of the Forest, I think it's what it's called, and that I feel like would fit really well here for some reason. I haven't read it yet. And also, just to be safe, I'm gonna put a Brandon Sanderson. He came out with one in like November that I think is a part of that series. If I'm wrong, so sorry, but that would be a top guess for me, is that. I also want to say the Honey Witch, because the spell shop, when I see the spell shop, I think of the Honey Witch, because they have really similar covers, and they're both in the Goodreads romantasy category. Moira, where are you? Fuck, I took it back. The Honey Witch. Okay, the Honey Witch. I just got half a point. It's not even surprising anymore. I just feel like this is my destiny. And I am going to look up Drinks and Sinkholes. Thank you so much, Moira. Read 104 books so far. So far. What? The year is over. Lastly, we got to pop back to Eden, because I thought this one would be easy because it's Gideon the Ninth. Right? We all know it's Gideon the Ninth. If you read Harrow and you read Nona, it's because you also read Gideon. We also have, okay, things that I really loved. The Reformatory is here. Our Share of Night is here. Nothing to See here. I liked My Best Friend's Exorcism. I liked strong female character. The Bog Wife wasn't exactly what I needed it to be. But Leave the World Behind, that's like an unlikable one that I'm happy that you have the similar feelings to me, that it was very good. Our Share of Night is very long and ambitious, and I would definitely see that as the same reader who reads Gideon and just the confusing whatever. I'm not going to make any more guesses because I just want the final point. I already wrote it down because they know it's right. Oh god, if it's Little Women. Gideon the Ninth by Tenzin War. We did it! Did you want this to end with a big plot twist and a big reaction from me? Sorry, I can't script these. Eden has read 65 books this year. They shared a photo with me, but I have to request access. So if it's here, it's here. I got 5 points now, which is crazy. Yes, I did adjust how the points were done this time, but I still did better than I've ever done before. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in March with a video series of guessing your #1 favorite of all time. So I'll see you then. If you're a channel member, I will also see you tomorrow with the 13th day of Lullamas.